You're just a big, fat panda.
I'm not a big fat panda. I'm the big fat panda. Skadoosh.
Thanks, Shanghai.
Thanks, Shanghai.
Thanks, Shanghai.
Thanks, Shanghai.
Hello and welcome to Big Fat Panda Show number 35. If you didn't get the Shanghai thing, because Shanghai went over budget, Shanghai Disneyland, every shortcoming in Disney World or Disneyland is being blamed on Shanghai, like everything. Literally, if the air conditioning isn't cold enough, thanks Shanghai. It's become a hashtag, so that's where that comes from. Anyhow, we have a great guest for you today. Tony Coresi, Anthony Cortese, I could say his name a million different ways. He is the man responsible for the documentary that I am in, Corinne Andersson, Lou Mangello, Ricky Briganti, Jenny Lynn Knopp, Dreamfinders. So he'll be here and we'll talk about the documentary. It's really pretty cool. Let me thank my exclusive sponsor, David's Vacation Club Rentals at dvcrentals.com. What a great company. If you have not yet checked out dvcrentals.com, please go there and check it out. Even if you have accommodations already booked for your Disney World vacation, you might want to check them out. Put your dates in and see how much a better accommodation would cost you. There are no hidden fees. Everything you see on the website is the price. So hopefully you can't tell that I'm tired, but I'm tired in a good way. It has been a really busy month with new things happening everywhere. The biggest new thing was the new Disney Springs. Disney Springs had a very modest grand opening. A first family was inducted to be like the first family of Disney Springs. I think they're going to have a real mega big to do in October when everything is open. I couldn't believe how big it was. Everything was just beautiful. It was a big, gorgeous space. I feel happy in the space. Some complainers say, oh, they built a big shopping mall. I mean, it was the Village Marketplace, that's what it's for, but this didn't take away from anything in Disney Springs. This is built on the parking lot. I mean, the parking lot is now, you know, a double-layer complex, but this was built on the original parking lot, and it doesn't take away from all the other areas of Disney Springs. It's really gorgeous, a lot of high-end shopping, places that might be considered even feminine, girly, because there's a lot of makeup stores and, you know, feminine clothes stores, but there's guy stuff, there's Under Armour, and there's really nice little restaurants and stuff. I think the most popular place that opened, though, was Sprinkles, a cupcake place, and they have a Sprinkles cupcake ATM. Yes, you can go up and get a cupcake at the ATM. There are a lot of nice little touches within this big area too. There's a thing that somebody's told me was called an Archimedes or Arcades screw. I might be saying it wrong. It's just a way to bring water up from one area to the other, but it's cute. There's the Amorette's Bakery, that was pretty cool, in addition to the Sprinkles Bakery. There's the Daily Poutine, which are French fries with gravy. It's a Canadian thing. I didn't go there yet. There's DLux Burger. I was very excited to try DLux Burger. I'm really real with you guys, and you know I'm a Disney fanatic. I wasn't thrilled with it. Why, Panda? Why did you not like the DLux Burger? I shall tell you. A burger was $9.99. Okay, French fries, $4.99. We're up to $15 now. Get a fountain drink, you're at about the $19 mark there with tax. For that much money, I don't want to have to not know if I'm sitting down. It's one of those places where it's not a restaurant. You're going up and you're getting everything comes in a bag, and then you go and you sit down. The burger was okay. It wasn't a great burger. For that much money, I'll go to the Boathouse, sit down and have one of the best burgers with the best quality meat I've ever had. So, it didn't work out for me, but it's there. It's still another nice place to see, I guess. And still talking about food, Via Napoli had a media event. It was amazing. I was so thankful to be invited because they just kept bringing out the food. So much, in fact, that I thought at one point, like Hansel and Gretel, what are they fattening me up for? What are they trying? They're trying to kill me now with all this food. It was delicious. The great thing about that is when I go to Via Napoli, I'm always ordering pizza. So at least this was a way to try some of the other dishes because when I go, it's always pizza. Everything was great there. Really, it was fantastic. One of the best Italian meals I've had in a long time. Would rival some of the best places in New York where I'm originally from. They also had a media event for STK. Not the same experience as Via Napoli. It was really a grand bash more than us trying the food or anything. It was beautiful inside, but it was very crowded. They made it like a red carpet event. It was a little pretentious. I wasn't able to taste anything. I died in that environment. The food came out and other people got it, and I wasn't really ready to fight with people for little morsels of food, and some people said they didn't even get to try the steak. So as a restaurant, I cannot tell you how it is. I'm hoping to go there as a restaurant soon because I do enjoy the menu, and I love the look of the place. It was beautiful, the STK Steakhouse. And now we have Animal Kingdom at night. Wow. Just the park itself at night. We'll get to the attractions and the obvious stuff. But just the park itself at night, to be there at night, it's gorgeous. I love the pathways. I love the smells. The rustle in the grass that in the day would not be a big deal at night is, oh wow, what is that? Is it going to eat me? Is it Florida wildlife? It was just a lot of fun. It was just a wondrous place at night. The best part of it all was the Tree of Life Awakening. There's a couple of different things now. When people say the Awakening, they may be talking about the shows, the projection shows on the Tree of Life, or they might be just talking about the Awakening. The animals on the tree every now and then will just move. And by the time you tell your son or daughter or mom or dad, look, it's done, the tiger will just rustle himself a little bit and then go back into position. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens like that. But then there's something they call interstitial shows, like 3 or 4 minute shows. There's probably about 4 of them, I think, and they'll happen like every 10 minutes, every 20 minutes. What I love is that there's no set show time. You just have to kind of wait and catch it. And if you don't catch it this time, you catch it another night. Here's a little clip from the Hummingbird interstitial. Here's a quick clip from the Disney Animated Tale interstitial. And over in Harambe, Africa, there's a street party. This video, they were just getting started. They were trying the electric slide, and they were just getting started. It was a cast member preview night. A cast member invited me. Thank you very much, Trudy. Appreciate it so much. We had a really good time. But here they're doing the electric slide.
This party started with the electric slide. Everybody come and join us. Come on.
We also went on a night safari. They're tweaking the lighting, so you can't really judge it from this. It's very hard to pick up on camera, especially video camera. There's the eternal sunset, they call it. They're tweaking the lighting. I'm sure we'll see more, but here's a quick glimpse of what the safari is like at night.
Spotted hyenas, everyone assumes that they're just scavengers.
Maybe to light the flame.
Led by a dominant female. So females will watch over.
And now we go to Jungle Book Alive with Magic. What would have been Rivers of Light. All right, listen. How do I break it to you? It's okay. There were parts of it I really liked. As a matter of fact, the music, when they do Bare Necessities, the Bollywood music, I love the tune. I'm actually addicted to this tune now. Here's a quick clip from the Bare Necessities part of Jungle Book Alive with Magic.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I need the bare necessities of Mother Nature's recipes that brings the bare necessities of life. Now if you pick a pawpaw or a prickly pear and you prick the raw paw, next time beware. Don't pick the prickly pear by the paw. If you pick a pear, try to use the claw. But you don't need to use the claw if you pick the pear from the big pawpaw. Have I given you a clue? The bare necessities of life will come to you. Let us love to you. They'll come to you.
Okay, but the show, I mean, if you read social media, nobody's really happy with it. I have friends, on the inside that tell me things, so I kind of know why they did this, and it begs the question, should they have done nothing? Disney was in a no-win situation with this. If they would have done nothing, they would have complained. We have nothing. How could you not give us a show? If they did this like they did, they're going to complain. It's not what we wanted. What I'm told is that Rivers of Light is still coming. They are getting that ready. They're fixing whatever the issues were, whether it be a barge sinking, a barge exploding, not being nice enough. And the effects are being held back for this Rivers of Light. So we're not seeing this in Jungle Book Alive with Magic. Is this worth, waiting online 2 hours for? Absolutely not. Is it a pretty nice little dance number thing? Yeah. The water screens were not working when I went. They didn't meet in the middle, so when they projected on it, there was a big gap in the middle, and the movie didn't show. The projections were worthless. Still, I found it somewhat enjoyable. Again, I'm giving them a little bit of a pass. I can't wait for Rivers of Light, and then we will just forget about the show, I pretty much predict. They also opened up Tiffin's restaurant. This is their new signature restaurant at Animal Kingdom. I did not go and eat there. The menu's a little odd for me, but I still might try it as a dinner place. But what I really loved and what I want to show you is the Nomad Lounge, which is connected to it. It's a separate bar lounge with little appetizer type food, small dishes. Really beautiful. And it's where you would have originally entered Camp Mini Mickey in Animal Kingdom. So it's overlooking basically the entrance to Avatar right now. Just a beautiful place. Take a look at this. And now, as usual, let's take a look at some new merchandise with Corinne Andersson in Mouse-A-Holics.
Hi everybody and welcome back to Mouse-A-Holic. My name is Corinne Andersson and today we're at Epcot and we're going to check out some of my favorite merchandise picks for this month, so come along. So one of my first favorite picks for this month is new Disney luggage tags. We have something for the animation fans and something for the park fans. And you all know how to say this, right? I'm not going to butcher it with my Swedish, but it's familiar to us all. So when you're looking for your bag at MCO, you can wear these and you're going to find your bag straight away. So as you may know, Pixar is releasing a new kind of Finding Nemo type movie soon that's called Finding Dory. It still features Nemo. And I mean, my favorite is this guy. So if you're a big guy, you definitely need Crusher's mug. But if you're a little guy, you need Squirt. Isn't this cute? And of course, Righteous. Like the surfer dudes we are. So Disney just released a whole new collection of personalities that showcases your personality. And here's how I would describe myself. Princess, always wise. Unfortunately, my friends kind of tells me I'm this instead. All the early mornings at Disney does not make you happy. And at the end, they kind of call me this. But as you can see, there's a t-shirt for everyone. So that's all my favorite pick for this month. So if you come back next month, you will see even more awesome Disney merchandise. To see merchandise every day, make sure you visit Instagram, Disney Lifestylers. Bye-bye.
And again, let me mention my exclusive sponsor, David's Vacation Club Rentals, dvcrentals.com. I'm still doing videos for them, the room and resort videos. There's a whole night series videos. Another one should be coming out in a couple of days. But go over there to their YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/dvcrentals. There's so many room and resort videos there. We're thinking of getting a 360-degree camera soon to get some 360 views of the resorts. They're going to be opening some more DVC at Wilderness Lodge. We can't wait for all this stuff. But when you get a chance, go over to their YouTube channel, look at their videos, and go to the site, dvcrentals.com. And once again, I've been getting some wonderful shirt pictures from all of you wearing a Panda shirt. Thank you. For those of you in the last batch of Panda shirts, they didn't even know this. They sent me a picture saying, thanks for the shirt. And I'm looking at the picture, I'm like, the Panda is gray. He's supposed to be black. So anybody in the second batch, if you got a gray Panda, I don't mean a gray shirt, I mean that the Panda is gray. It's a bad shirt. They're sending you another one. Just keep that one on the side, use it as pajamas. Within 7 to 10 days, you will be getting a new Panda shirt. If not, let me know, because the company will get it from the Panda. So, to purchase a Panda shirt, you can visit booster.com/bigfatpanda. There are women's shirts, there are men's shirts. They are great quality. They are not shirts you could pick up at Michael's craft stores. These are Hanes beefy t-shirts, which really stand up to the ones that I wear in the park. Beautiful logo, really nice. Spreads the word for me. Send me your photo of you in the shirt and I will put you on the show. Thank you so much. I think we're going to stop selling the shirts in about 10 days and maybe restart it. I have to see what the supply and demand situation is. If you want to win a shirt, as usual, please give this video a thumbs up, put a comment, and make sure you're subscribed to BigFatPanda.com. And now let's get to our guest, Anthony Cortese of Silverpin Studios, who made the Dreamfinders documentary. I'm here with Tony Cortese, or do you use Anthony?
You know what? My family calls me Anthony. All my friends call me Tony.
Okay, I've gotten close enough now with you, I could just call you
You can
Poopy head.
Just don't call me late for dinner, okay?
All right, give me a Panda hug.
How you doing?
Good, man.
So great to see you, man.
Same here. So, all right, let's jump into the obvious. You are a documentary filmmaker. Mm-hmm. Somehow, through obscurity, you saw my fat head on something, and you said, all right, I'll call this guy.
It was the Primeval Whirl, I think it was, the video, when I first kind of saw you online.
Okay, where I'm laughing and spinning around. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So basically, you know, when I first had the idea to do this,
and we're talking about Dreamfinders, which I'll get into more, but that's the documentary we're talking about, Dreamfinders. Okay?
When I first had the idea to do this, you know, I had been, like many of us, had been listening to Inside the Mehgic podcast for many years, and I somehow found you online. It was through that Primeval Whirl video, and I thought to myself, you know, this guy seems like he's, has a good grip on the Disney community, and he's very passionate about it. And, when I had originally thought about doing this project, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I first started with the time-lapse Day in the Life of Walt Disney World, which was the time-lapse video.
That was awesome.
And that kind of, validated to me that there's an audience out there who likes this kind of stuff.
What is your YouTube channel name to find that? There's a great time-lapse video. There's a lot of time-lapse in the documentary.
Yes.
But there's a great time-lapse on your YouTube channel that got a lot of hits. What's the name of that YouTube channel? I'll put it up here.
Silverpin Studios.
Okay, which is the name of his studios.
Right.
Oh, that's another thing we got to get into. is how the name came about for Silverpin Studios. This is interesting. Go ahead, Silverpin Studios.
Right. So, long story short, my grandmother, who was one of the first subjects I did a documentary on, she had this thing with me when I was a little kid. She was in the restaurant business for many years, but she was also a seamstress, and she used to wear a pin on her lapel. And as a little kid, I was a bit of a rascal, I have to say. I'm sure my family would validate that. And sometimes they had a tough time getting me, to kind of
fall in line.
Fall in line is a good way to put it. And I was sitting on her lap one day, and the pin stuck me, and the little light bulb went on in everybody's head and said, "That's how we're going to keep this kid in line." So, a little bit of a tip of the hat to my Grandma Lucy.
And her famous saying is,
"Get the pin. We're going to get the pin, Anthony."
So I remember as a kid, for me, it was the hanger. Like they would literally, they beat you. An Italian family beat you up if you're bad. Get the hanger. It was get the pin or get the spoon. Some people I know.
Oh, the spoon. I know plenty of people who had the spoon broken over their head. You know.
Oh.
That's how the Italians show their love.
So you mentioned your grandmother Lucy.
Right.
And you've done other documentaries prior to the Disney one.
The first documentary I did, the Disney one was the first kind of real legitimate. When I say legitimate, meaning I had learned a lot about filmmaking before I actually did Dreamfinders. When I did Life of Lucy, the documentary about my grandmother's life, because she was an incredible figure in the community, and she had the restaurant business for 50 years, and she started literally from nothing. I mean, they were dirt poor, and she took matters into her own hands, and she built I wouldn't say an empire, but she certainly built a very successful restaurant business. I mean, she would make dinner for Frank Sinatra, for Henry Fonda, Hunt's Hole from the Bowery Boys, the East Side Kids, Lauren Green.
You had me at Frank Sinatra.
I mean, look, this is what she did, and this was kind of when I first started.
Do you remember as a kid her being a great cook?
Oh my God, that's all we did. I mean, Sunday dinner over at Grandma's house was 30 people every Sunday.
But like to you, it was your grandmother. Like, do you realize now? Wow, that was really good food she made. Like, can you?
Yeah, I mean, look, I would eat over my friend's house, and it became very apparent that people didn't really cook the way she did. I mean, she had the restaurant.
I would go over my non-Italian friend's house, and they would have spam and mac and cheese. And I'm like,
oh God,
what's this?
Yeah, we never ate spam and mac and cheese. If we had mac and cheese, it was pasta with the red sauce and
cheese on the cheese.
Yeah, exactly, the Pecorino Romano cheese.
Locatello.
Thank you.
Too funny. There's gonna be some people out there like, oh, I know this.
Well, it was funny when we all got together with the documentary. I realized, we got a room full of Italians here.
No, I also realized that. Hold on, he had called me for this Dreamfinders. I was like, who else is involved? So it was Ricky Briganti,
right.
Lou Mangello, John Saccheri, and Tony Cortese. Right. Something is very wrong.
Mangello, Saccheri, Briganti, Cortese.
Something's wrong. So I was like, please, let's get Andersson and Knopp in here.
Yeah. Got to balance it out a little bit,
That's too funny. I wonder if there is a thing with Italian culture and Disney, if there is a matchup. I notice there's a lot of it could be just I notice it and there's a lot.
Right.
I know there's probably not, but I just wonder if there's something in that.
I think we just gravitate to each other,
It could be, yeah.
I think we just gravitate to each other, but I never really.
Or we meet at Via Napoli or Tutto Italian.
Well, there are, and I told you about the other place, right? Do you remember the other pizza place that I told you about?
The window.
The pizza window on the boardwalk, which I just recently discovered.
And I heard it's changed. So anybody that's had where Cat Cucina is now Trattoria Al Forno.
Right.
There was a pizza window that most people did not like. I
Right.
hear it's changed.
Their crust is crispy. They have like this signature style pizza, which you probably won't like as much as like the traditional pepperoni or whatever. But they do a great job, I think.
Okay.
I
know they when they said they upgraded it, but not as good as what's inside, but almost. And the pizza window is now more popular, so we have to check that out.
It's excellent. On my way back from Epcot, I typically try to stop at that window, grab a slice before I head home.
Okay, so getting back to Dreamfinders.
Right.
It is, you called it Finding and Living the Disney Dream.
Right.
And it started off, I think you originally probably started off more about what we do, and then it became more of an exploration as to what is the Disney magic and where does it come from. And I was happy that most everybody said almost the same thing in a different way. Like, I was saying that the magic is really inside us and Disney brings it out. And everybody kind of said the same thing without me knowing what they were going to say.
Right. Yeah. It's, you know, I originally started to, well, let me just go backwards for a little bit and say, you know, when I first started coming down here, like many of us, I was a young kid. And then I eventually started bringing my daughter down here. And as that kind of morphed...
Jana, we'll put a...
Right. My
Jana
daughter
just got done with the college program.
Oh, she is definitely hooked big time now. She loves it. And she's back home. She's going to finish school at University of Connecticut, and then she's already planning on returning, doing a professional internship down here. So, you know, taking her over the years, you know, as we would go into the parks together, I'm kind of looking at, you know, the whole world through the eyes of what it would be like behind the lens, right? But because I'm spending time with her down here, this is our trip, you know, I never really acted on those impulses. As she got older and began going to college, I started coming down here myself individually. That's when I did the time-lapse video, and that's when I really was able to act on those impulses and be able to capture all those beautiful scenes. And then eventually it kind of, you know, validated to me that, hey, there's a great audience, you know, who really, really appreciates this kind of thing. And I decided to really dig into a more, you know, a kind of a story that has a little bit more substance, and that's where Dreamfinders was born. That's where I found you, and I originally sent you an email saying, hey, John, I'd really like to get you, Ricky Briganti, and Lou Mangello together, and I'd like to be able to kind of follow you through the parks and see, you know, what it is with you guys that makes this place so attractive, because I feel the same way. But you guys have actually taken the next step and have moved down here and lived down here and essentially built your lives around the Disney parks. And to me, that was really interesting, and apparently it has become very interesting to everybody else. I think we all can relate to that on some level.
I'm wondering if we planned, like, I knew I would move down here to live by the parks, but I didn't plan to do it as my career. I thought I was just doing stuff for fun, and I think when something is your passion, it's much better than the people that I notice that say, oh, I want to make money doing this.
Yeah,
it doesn't usually work.
No.
What's funny is I always joke around now with him that the story he was making turned out to be his own. But it really is, because now you live down here.
I had no intention of moving down here.
None. I actually asked him during the filming of the documentary. He's like, no, I have a job here in New York. I can't leave. It was out of the question.
Yeah.
Now you live in Celebration.
I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I mean, I looked at areas all around, you know, within, 30 minutes of the Disney parks. And what I really figured out was I really wanted to be close enough where I can just hop in the car and come down whenever I wanted. Because, like, for instance, last night, I looked out the window, I saw these beautiful cumulus clouds, and I said, I'm going to Epcot tonight and I'm going to shoot some time lapse. And, Epcot's like 5 minutes from where I live. So
very different from New York, where I don't know when I'm going to be back down.
You always kind of are just trying to pack everything into, that week that you're down here. And I have to tell you, it is difficult getting out of vacation mode.
Yes.
It really is. It's very difficult.
Have you got out of it yet, or still not?
I've been down here for how long? Maybe a month, roughly a month. I've probably not been in the parks maybe 4 or 5 nights since I've been down here.
That's crazy.
It's tempting. I sit home at night and
that may never change, though. It may not. It's nice to jump in for the night, especially now with Animal Kingdom.
That's when I think I enjoy.
Where are you going tonight?
I am going to Animal Kingdom tonight.
Because they're starting their nighttime
They're starting their nighttime stuff. Tonight is actually the first night. May 27th is the date today. And it's the first night that all the nighttime attractions are going to be running. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing the Jungle Book show. I know they don't have it planned. I'm crossing my fingers that there'll be a soft opening tonight. So,
I saw the other night the tree. The tree was just...
How was
by now
that?
You'll see it on the show. That was probably the most moving. And people commenting that they didn't think it would move them so much. But there's something about... I can't explain it.
Does it animate? Do the colors animate?
Yeah, they animate. And the animals... even when there's not a show, they'll just move. Like, you'll see the tiger itch himself and then go back.
Yeah. Dreamfindersmovie.com, and that's where you can download it. You can watch the trailer. and it's $9.99 if you use the coupon code
Panda 1971.
There you go. Panda 1971 will get you 10% off, so it's like $1 off. So you can get the you can watch it for $8.99, which is
No, it is when I saw it, I was really impressed, and filming it, I don't know what's going to be done with the film.
Sure.
Not just the time lapse, but I could see it if I wasn't in it as a fan. It feels like you took a really fun trip to Disney.
And that's exactly what I wanted
Everybody
to do.
said that too, so it wasn't just me surmising it. I heard it from like so many people.
It was a little stressful, hoping that my vision to actually communicate that on screen was actually going to translate.
What I saw was a lot of connections that I didn't know. Like, I said stupid things sometimes. Like, I would say that Disney is in my soul. And I do mean it, but sometimes when you just watch yourself saying it, you're like, oh, wow, people are going to judge you on that. But then, after I said that, Ricky would say spirit.
Right.
And I was like, oh, good. There was everything connected in the story, and it did make a cohesive story. All right, we will be following along. Where can we find you? We know Dreamfinders. Where can we find you?
Yep. Well, you can always find me on silverpinstudios.com. You could shoot me an email at, and please feel free, shoot me an email at silverpinstudios@gmail.com.
Awesome.
And that's a great way to get a hold of me, and I always respond. I think it's really important to get back to folks because, hey, we're all in this together,
Just something. Even if he says go away, he'll respond.
I won't say go away, I promise. I couldn't have done it without you, honestly. I mean, I say this
You
in the
could
film.
have. It just would have been horrible.
Well, you were my executive producer, buddy.
Thank you.
All right,
I appreciate
and I really appreciate you being part of this thing.
We'll see if I can do anything with the next thing because it's exciting. Even if I can swizzle my way.
You'll be swizzled in. Don't worry. We'll definitely have you in there. I love your energy. You got great positive energy, and it translates. Everybody says this to me. Even people who've never met you before. There's something about Panda. When we meet him, he's just got this kind of positive intensity about him.
That's awesome. I don't even know what it is, and I don't want to know. I hope it stays.
Just keep.
Once
doing
you start
what you're
investigating what it is,
True.
it's not good anymore.
True.
We will have you back again here when we do the next project.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, John.
Appreciate it. And there you have it, show number 35. Thank you so much for watching. June is proving to be another very busy month. We have King Kong opening, the new ride over at Universal Studios. We have the new Castle Stage Show over at the Magic Kingdom. We've got the new Star Wars fireworks with the projection. We have Frozen, the ride opening at Epcot. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening that's getting me very excited. It's going to be another very, very busy month, so please follow along. And of course, before the next show, videos will be coming out on bigfatpanda.com. Also, please let me remind you, my exclusive sponsor, David's Vacation Club Rentals at dvcrentals.com. Wonderful company. Please check them out. If you, a loved one, a family member, friend, are planning a trip to Walt Disney World, really, you owe it to them to take a look at that site. Don't take my word for it, although you really should. But read the reviews on the site. You'll see people are getting accommodations at a very low rate that are deluxe. You can get studios, you can get 2-bedroom suites, grand villas. A lot of times there's families and they're getting like 3 rooms at a resort. Take that money, combine it, and get a 3-bedroom grand villa. Everybody still has their separate room and their separate bathroom, but come breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you can all congregate in the main beautiful living rooms, kitchens. If I didn't stay there, I wouldn't know it. They've allowed me to stay there sometimes, and it's just been, wow, mind-blowing. Things that I would not have experienced in my life had it not been for that company. So please take a look, dvcrentals.com. Okay, I don't want to get too serious or too mushy, but I'm going to do my sign-off on this show a little differently. Tony Cortese from Silverpin Studios also made a documentary about his grandmother, Lucy Leglisi. Lucy was a very strong woman. She was almost in poverty and then started a restaurant and really became a monarch of her family. All of this really isn't that important because what I want you to hear is a speech that she gave more towards the end of her life, but before she had Alzheimer's, or maybe it was just starting, but she has it all together. She was given an award, and she says things to the crowd that really is pertinent to us, to everybody, not just the crowd that she was talking to. If bloggers, if people in the Disney community, if people in any community, I don't care if you're a hairstylist, that community can listen to this and take away some of the genuine wisdom of Lucy Leglisi, who is no longer with us, the world would be a better place. Please just listen to this, and I'm going to sign off and hope that this resonates with you somewhere because I love what this lady says. Panda out.
Now I know how Cinderella felt when her fairy godmother appeared the night she went to the ball. Our business has enabled me to learn that because our family or friends have different beliefs and attitudes, we are still all one. We must learn to put aside these differences, change to a positive attitude, put away our own prejudices, and to forgive those people we think have done wrong. This is what life is all about. Family and friends are the most valuable treasures we have. Don't allow bitterness to form a barrier that will prevent you from having a fulfilling life. Through you, my family and friends, I have learned these valuable lessons. Thank you for allowing me to share with you.